And this is actually very sociopathic. Your baby's running up to you, mommy, mommy, wanting to show you things, wanting to get your validation, want to show you love and care. And you're looking at them dead in the face, planning to abandon them, planning to leave them. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. The title of this is Black Woman Says She Abandoned Her Husband and Children, Moved to Nashville to Go Find Herself. That's already some nonsense. Talking about you left your family to go find yourself. Ugh.
I left my husband, I left my kids, and I moved to a whole new city, a whole new state rather. Just me, no one else. And I didn't move because I didn't love them, but I finally decided to love myself too. And so for years, like I put myself on the back burner, you know, just being a mom, being a wife, which is great, you know, that's awesome. But, you know, all this time, like I was wearing a smile, but deep down, like I wasn't really happy inside, you know. And so one day I realized that I couldn't keep living a life that made everyone else comfortable while I was crumbling inside. So literally, like I made the most hardest decision like ever, like the most soul stretching decision. Like,
bitch, you have no soul. What are we talking about here? It was soul stretching. Like, am I supposed to feel bad for you? Like, she's saying this as though I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, yes, you tried so hard. Oh my God. You had to do this for yourself. Oh, poor you. You were taking care of a family that you opened your legs and created. Oh my God. I can't believe this was happening to you. Bitch. Talking about soul stretching. Ain't nothing soul stretching about this. You are soulless. I can speak on this because I have 2 children of my own. I don't even like when they go away to go spend the night at the grandparents' house, even though I love that they get to, you know, spend time with the grandparents, just to be like, hey, don't cool out, just chill. It's all good. They're good. But in my mind, I'm like, my babies. I wonder how Bella's doing. You know, they haven't really had Buddy yet because he's, you know, he's still nursing, so he has to be with us. But I'm just like, oh, how's Bella doing? What's she doing? What's she up to? Did she eat? What's she eat? How's she doing? Is she acting a fool? Like, I'm worried about my baby the entire time. I could not even fathom picking up and moving to a completely different area away from my child and not being with my child every damn day or most days. Like, that's so effing weird to me. You have to be soulless. You can't possibly tell me that you love your babies and you doing that, because there's so much joy you're supposed to get when you see the little lives that you've created. Like, I find myself multiple times in a single day where I'll be holding my daughter and I just look at her face and I'm just like, how are you so perfect? Like, how are you just everything perfect? And then I look at my son and I'm just like, oh my God, like you look just like your dad. So precious and just happy and moving around. And I see all the different things that they're doing. Buddy, he's starting to walk. Bella, she's doing more advanced things as a toddler. I'm just like, these things are so amazing to me. And I can't fathom cutting cold turkey, just going across the planet to go be somewhere else away from my children. Let alone my man. Don't even get me started. Let alone packing up my and moving away from my family. This heifer is insane. And you saying she had 5 kids, all hers biologically. That's crazy work. So you carried these babies within you. You know how close that is? Like, you developed these babies in your body and then went through whatever it was to get them out, because whether it was a natural birth or a C-section, both are very difficult to deal with. So you went through that 5 times and you see those babies, they have your DNA, and you could just pack up and move somewhere else and be away from them? Talking about it soul stretching. Bitch, you have no soul to stretch. Because if you did have a soul to stretch, your ass would be back there with your family. Now, if you didn't want to work it out with the father, that's one thing. You would not be leaving your children. You would not step out of your children's life.
Ever. And that was to pack my bags and move to Nashville. I actually, one day I just woke up and, you know, I was just like, well, I can't do this anymore. Like, I feel like I need to do something different, like other than what I'm doing. And I felt like I needed to find me again. Like I said, because, you know, I felt like I was losing myself.
Yes, you are no longer yourself when you decide to become a mother. And that's the tough reality. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You can no longer be the broad you were before you had children. Just like I'm not going to be the broad that I was before I had children, where I could just go on a whim and just leave the country and do all this and just go concerts, go all these different places. No, I got to find myself within motherhood. And it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's super easy to do that, especially if you got real little ones and you also have to work. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, but it is something that you have to do in order to take care of your family, but then also take care of yourself. I'm not saying that women should be running themselves ragged, because that can be very detrimental to the children as well. If you're not taking care of yourself and then you're presenting that to your children, that's what they have to look up to, especially little girls, and they see the mother run ragged. That's not a good look. And then the little sons, they see their mother run ragged. That's not a good look for them either. So you do have to take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself does not mean you remove yourself from motherhood. That's not at all what that means. It means you communicate with the husband, with the father of your children. You work something out. You tell that man, and if he loves you, he will try to help you figure out a way to designate if it's time for yourself. Maybe you take a spa day and daddy stays home with the kids for a little bit. Every night you get about an hour. You put the kids to bed a little bit early. You get yourself an hour to sit in the tub with some bubble bath and a glass of wine if you're into that. You find other ways. You find new hobbies that fit with your new lifestyle of having children. That's why I'm getting back into baking, because that's something I can do while managing everything that's going on in the house. You find yourself in motherhood, not outside of it, because motherhood is now your new parameter. This broad is insane. Unrattled, thank you for the $2 soup. You said, I feel like, yeah, she didn't think. She didn't think this through. It's all how she feels. And this is actually very sociopathic. What do you think your children are feeling? When my babies cry, it does something to me, okay? Even if they're crying because I told them no and I'm gonna stick by that no, it still does something to me to see my little babies crying. You done up and left your babies. And I know children, they're very attached to their mothers, very attached. And so you've removed yourself from those babies. What about them? How is this affecting them? Not even considering the husband yet, because that's a grown man. And we all have to deal with our grown decisions. He has to deal with the grown decision they laid up and had babies with your bum ass. So that's something he has to deal with. The babies did not ask to be here. They did not make any choices to be here. They just had a bum ass mom who chose to leave them, which is crazy work. Like I said, it has to be sociopathic because you didn't think about how anybody else felt. It's all about you. And this is speculation that even with the role of motherhood, how you're saying you were doing all this, I highly doubt you were doing any of that. I feel like you were probably bare minimum parenting the entire time, because for you to arrive at this conclusion of me, what about me? That lets me know you weren't thinking about those babies the entire time. This whole time you're doing things, you're like, I want to be doing this. I need to be doing that. I want to be doing this. So you're not even putting your effort, your all into what you're doing for your family, what you're doing for your kids. Because the whole time in the back of your mind, you're just thinking about all the other things you want to do, as opposed to being in the moment with what you're doing for your family. So it's most likely half-assed. And then also, you have no empathy for your husband, because we are going to touch on that too. This man chose to have babies with you. And if that was your husband, he put a ring on it too. So there's no wiggle room for baby mama. No, he put a ring on it. He made you an honest woman, had babies with, from what we're seeing, just you. And you're going to abandon him with 5 children. You're going to abandon this man. It's already difficult to raise kids with 2-parent households. It just is. And let alone, you said you had 5. We're seeing you had 5 kids. And you done left this man with all this responsibility that y'all decided to take on together. Y'all were married and had these kids. That is a shared responsibility. And you're just going to up and leave? You're just going to leave him with the bag? You're going to leave him with not only doing the duties that he was already doing when you were there, but now he has to pick up the slack and do everything. Now, I hope that he has a support system like grandparents, aunties, uncles, folks that can come in and kind of help him fixing the mess that you created. Hopefully. Maybe this is a blessing that this broad isn't around those kids, because then her ugly, evil ways won't rub off on him. And if she has daughters, hopefully they see this type of behavior and they're like, I will never be that type of evil, hateful type of bitch in my life. Hopefully we can turn these lemons into lemonade.
Rewinding, I had actually applied for a position with Vanderbilt. And I ended up getting the position, and they were offering a sign-on bonus, as well as a relocation bonus. And yeah, like I got the position and I took it. So anyway, no safety net, like no guarantees, no nothing. I applied for my apartment and everything. Like I literally like got approved for everything like right away. So it seems like everything had just fell into my lap. Like it was what I was supposed to be doing. And because of that, like it really validated my decision to leave. And so I did that. I get to Nashville. I started rebuilding my life.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And so when women say that men don't know what they're talking about, that guys is just complaining about women that are breaking up their families, she didn't say he cheated. She didn't say he wasn't a good guy. She said, I love him, all of this stuff. Kids is awesome. And so she just completely abandoned her family. She planned this. She applied for jobs. She knew where she wanted to go.
And that's a good point to bring up, that she planned this. You sitting over here and you got your babies in your face, and the whole time you're sitting here planning to leave them. Y'all realize how sick and twisted that is? Your baby's running up to you, mommy, mommy, wanting to show you things, wanting to get your validation, wanting to show you love and care. And you're looking at them dead in the face, planning to abandon them, planning to leave them. I hope that father got those babies into some kind of therapy. Your mother abandoning you, it hits very hard. It hits hard when the father does it. It hits way deeper because you grew inside that woman. It hits a lot harder when it's like your mother is abandoning you. That is so sad. And my heart goes out to the family that she abandoned. My heart goes out to that husband. My heart goes out to all those babies. They don't deserve that. And if he did remarry, hopefully he found a woman that was willing to take on all of that so that they have a strong mother figure that actually shows them love. And honestly, in that situation, if she's choosing to be there, choosing to love them, choosing to be a mother figure to them, then that should hopefully give them the validation that they need, because it's like, well, this woman is choosing. She doesn't have to choose to be here and be a mother to me, but she's choosing to be that. Hopefully they have a mother figure to replace this bum ass bitch. And I don't feel any ways about calling her a bum ass. You don't abandon your family like this. And it's sick and twisted to me that you could be looking in your baby's face, knowing good and damn well you plan on leaving them.
So either she just an incredibly selfish person that only care about herself, or is something else happening, and maybe it's some people over there, or maybe she wanted to slut it out, or maybe it's a guy over in Nashville, but somewhere along the way, women only focus on themselves.
And that's the sad part. You got a lot of selfish broads out here who will build a life with somebody, and then they'll say crazy stuff like, I'm graduating from my marriage. Shout out to, what was it, Tia Mowry? I'm graduating from my marriage while you got a whole family, a husband, and some children. Extremely selfish. It's not that you have to find yourself outside of being a wife and a mother. No, you have to find yourself within that. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. You know, everybody expects everything to be easy, and that's the problem. If everything was super easy, understand you'd be bored with life. You'd have nothing to live for. But because it's hard, when you put in that work, you'll appreciate it that much more, and it'll be that much more genuine. Try your best to avoid broads like this. I have no idea how you spot this before it gets to be too late. Not sure. She's a very pretty lady. She looks well put together, articulate. That's the scary part. There's no guarantees. You could be dating a woman, she seems A1, and then turns out she's one of those, I need to find myself bitches.